Alright, everybody, I don't have a video I see, but I can fix that in a second. Let me just do that, and until then you just see a black screen and hear a voice. I hope you're doing alright. Just give me a second here. Okay, let's do that and start this. There we go. Now you should see me. Oh, there we go. Well, that was good. We had a countdown, but we had no picture. There we go. Okay, so welcome everyone to Crypto Morning Coffee, your morning show to get educated about Bitcoin, altcoins, Ecomi, Veve, and everything evolving around the space. I got my coffee locked and loaded, ready to go, because we're going to talk about some very interesting stuff today. And that is mainly crypto Bitcoin, but there is also Ecomi and Veve in the mix. There is altcoins in the mix, a little bit of news around Chiliz. We're going to talk about Vechain and Bumper only for a brief moment. And then we are going to talk about the Stargate or whatever that is. But all of that right after the intro. So, welcome everyone of you. How are you doing? I hope you're doing fine. We see Energy is in the house. Good morning, Energy. Make sure to smash up the like button, guys. Everyone who is already in here, smash up the like button right now to push the stream out to each and every one, and to be able to get more people in here. Also, if you want to support this channel in another non-free way, then you can also become a channel member, and that automatically gives you access to the rare hodler fam that you see here behind me, all around me, the rare hodlers in the Telegram group, and that's the benefit that you are getting out of that. Also, emojis in chat and so on. Think about it. Now, let's jump right into the good stuff and go here with the news. So, we have a lot to talk about because Reddit is very famous, so to say, in the internet world, has just come out and in a SEC filing and said, we invested some of our excess cash reserves in Bitcoin, Ether, and also acquired Ether and Matic. So effectively now and officially Reddit is holding Bitcoin, ETH, and Polygon. Interesting. So much for crypto mass adoption. It's not only about Bitcoin anymore, so they also probably expect that ETH and Matic are going to be around for a longer time for the NFTs and so on. Then very interesting one from the European Central Bank official Twitter account. Trying to trash Bitcoin when you have one of the trash currencies. Bitcoin has failed to become a global decentralized digital currency, instead falling victim to fraud and manipulation. The recent approval of an ETF doesn't change the fact that Bitcoin is costly, slow, and inconvenient, argues the European Central Bank, and they immediately get schooled on Twitter. You know these things, like when you have fake videos or so and someone explains what's really seen in the video, the same readers added comments with sources has been placed. Like, first of all, BTC is not preferable for criminals. Fiat, like like the euro and the dollar is. So that was the first one, and it's true. Most of the crimes are committed not in Bitcoin or whatever. They're committed in fiat currency. So it's really ridiculous to come out as a central bank and point fingers at Bitcoin. And then Bitcoin is an open monetary protocol and a decentralized store of value. Again, source provided. The euro is losing its purchasing power against Bitcoin constantly, and Bitcoin is good for the environment. So overall, they get schooled, and it's really ridiculous what they try. At the bottom, by the way, they advise strongly against buying Bitcoin. So everyone who listened to the ECB got wrecked there. Hey Pro Legendary, what is going on? How are you doing? 8 people in here. Smash up the like button. Make sure to get at least 8 likes on this if we are already 8 people. So let's see if we can do that. Now, this is something that or let's say the main part that I want to talk about with regards to Bitcoin, and that is, can we still have a dip on Bitcoin? And that's also probably the reason why not everyone wants to click on this, because no one wants to know about a dip. Everyone wants to know about rally and going up, right? So here we have the Bitcoin cycle 1, 2, 3, and the current cycle. So these are the yellow line, the orange line, and then we have the red line, which is the current cycle. So you're not confused here. And what's important is, or what's interesting is, at the bottom, at the cycle troughs, almost all of them aligned. Also the red one, right? And then when we came out, we were a little bit front running that coming out of the bear market trough. So we see really here the 2016 cycle, which is the yellow one, is a very lengthy trough, and then it slowly ramps up. And then we saw the orange one, our last cycle, coming up a little bit earlier in comparison to this one, but then consolidating and hitting with the C crisis right before the halving, so coming down. And we see that also yellow one had a little bump, a little dip here. So around this area where we are right now, it's not too uncommon to have a little bit of a retracement. It wouldn't be out of the ordinary. Also, we see that while we were front running a little bit here after the bear market trough, after that we had a very long sideways accumulation where we were actually doing better multiples on the last bull run. So, and right now we're basically recovering what we did not do there. So you could make the argument that we are not really much out of sync here if you look at the whole picture, right? And that there should be a little bit of a bump and then sideways action basically until months after the halving. So and then another run up, and so we really see here that this takes time after the halving to curve up. Now many people make the argument that we are going to all-time highs before the halving, but if we keep in cycle sync, then it's more likely to go sideways or even have a little bit of a sell-off here before. So that's really, and that would be, in my opinion, a good buying opportunity. If we have something like a dip here, if we're somewhat going to dip back into sub 50,000 range, that would be a good buying opportunity, not necessarily for Bitcoin, but if Bitcoin goes minus 5% from here, then likely the altcoins go minus 10 to minus 15 or even minus 20. Let's see. Energy says, anything what you have planned to do with your earnings from the next bull run? So that's a good question. I guess you will not put it into the loser euro, only as a means of transfer, probably. But I want to put a part of this money into ETFs that yield like a permanent return, like 5% dividend yield or whatever, to have a cash flow. And then another part will stay on the sidelines into a potential bear market to then accumulate Bitcoin in the next bear market. So to do the game again, because it's not that this is the last cycle ever also. No, in fact, there will be a new cycle with new opportunities after that. So let's say I'm going to extract a sum X. Like let's say I'm going to extract $300,000 or so, right? Then half of that probably goes to earning some passive income, and half of that stays on the sidelines to multiply again, something like that, right? But I cannot say for sure yet because I don't know how much I will be able to extract. I mean, it could be that we have such a massive and crazy run, that half of that would earn me so much, or 2/3 of that would earn me so much passive income that I can do full-time YouTube for you guys, or I don't know what. So who knows? We'll see. We'll do this together and discover together on Crypto Morning Coffee and on all the other things. By the way, if you didn't see it, I posted a video yesterday on the cycle timing and some indicators for seeing like where could the top be. I think, and you see here that if we get rid of the chat for a second, you see here actually that we're not really in this mega run, right? Where crazy multiples are coming. We are in this pre-run up phase, and this will not change. That we are in this pre-run up phase, headed into the halving, which is estimated at around the 20th of April. So there's still a little less than 2 months left, like 57 days or so left until the halving is coming in. Okay. Now, this is something that I talked about a lot, and many people were like, no, it's GBTC and I don't know what. Glassnode chart shows clearly that basically since the Bitcoin bottom, the miners have been selling in the last months, and every retracement that we had and everything where we couldn't pump higher was a ton of selling from the miners. So you see here so the reason why the miners sold the bottom, which seems stupid, is that otherwise a lot of mining firms would have gone bankrupt due to high energy costs and due to lower Bitcoin prices hitting those high energy costs. So we really see here that so miners made a lot of money here, but then the energy costs hit in 2022 and they had to sell it, and that is the only reason that we went so deep on the bear market bottom. And then they made profits and immediately sold them again. And you see every time that the miners sold, we had a dip, like a larger dip in the Bitcoin price. So they sold here a dip. They sold a little bit here, dip. They sold here sideways. They sold here, we went down, right? They sold here, dip. And now we are pumping up and they are massively selling. Why? Because they need new mining equipment. Otherwise they cannot do these profits again. And also the high Bitcoin price favors them. So we really see, since Bitcoin went into the 40,000 direction, miners were ramping up their sales. They have been selling huge amounts into the market, and we went a lot of sideways because of that and dipped a little bit, but then we pumped and they are still selling. At some point they will not be able to sell anymore because they don't have enough anymore. Okay, so right now they are selling, absorbing a lot of money to increase the hash power, to increase what they can mine out of the Bitcoin network for the next 4 years. So they're getting themselves into position. But this combined with GBTC outflow results in that the price was more likely than not either going sideways or even coming back a little bit. And that's something that, if we're looking at the price action, we see that right now this is taking effect GBTC is selling together with the miners once again. So if we're looking at the Bitcoin price here, we can see we're severely overbought, yeah, in the indicator, and we are at this resistance, and we came a little bit down. So right now we are green. We're headed into the weekend. Today is Friday. It's a freaking weekend, but we have this miner selling, we have this GBTC selling, where probably Gemini, aka Genesis, is behind those GBTC sales. There's not much steam in this, because we saw before that from all the GBTC, like the volume that comes out of GBTC because of Gemini is allowed to sell 1.4 billion in GBTC shares, so 1.4 billion of Bitcoin, and this is going to last for maximum a week, but this could be a week's retracement, and it would not be too surprising if we retest this level of, what is that, like on top of this, like 47 to 48,000. If we would retest that, would not be too surprising. It doesn't have to look like this. It could be coming down slowly for a retest, because maybe ETFs cannot absorb all of the Bitcoin that is coming out right now with the miner selling and GBTC selling. Now, if you missed my video yesterday, I highly recommend after the stream you watch it, because it explains like a lot of what we're going to see in terms of cycle tops, how high Bitcoin can go, how high altcoins can go, and so on, and where I'm intending to sell them. So make sure to check that video out. Now let's get back to this, because there's a little bit more that I want to show you. Yeah. So what's interesting is that whales are in strong accumulation phase. So it's not like, okay, and you see it here. Let me get my face up to the top. You see it here down below. I mean, the upper line is the price. You know how the price looks, but you see it down below here. We saw that. So these are the whale wallets that have 1,000 to 10,000 BTC. So the real big players, and these are, since the Bitcoin bottom, basically steadily accumulating, and they have increased accumulation. Also because probably ETF wallets are in there, but they have increased accumulation. And the last time they increased the accumulation hard was when we went into the pre-bull and then into parabolic stage. So you see here we're really a long way from high accumulation zone, and usually when these start massively selling, you know that the bottom, the top is in. So whales accumulating. Now, with regards to the ETFs, what I meant, or what I said before, is not a joke. So look at this. So this is the first. So this is the net in and outflow into the ETFs. This is the first net outflow in 17 days. So actually, Bitcoin ETFs cumulative have taken a little bit of a breather and actually lost, I think that's 35, that's in million, that's 35 million I think it's dollars. I'm not quite sure because there's no indication, but it's not BTC, I think. Yeah, it's not BTC. So little bit of more outflow than inflow in the ETFs, and we will see. But that's what I meant in the last stream, that also ETFs can be sold. It's not a one-way street, right? So at some point there will be more ETFs selling than buying for a time, and then these companies have to sell Bitcoin into the market. Trucking Gang says smash that like button. Yo, smash it, guys. Smash the like button. 13 people here. Let's get to it. Trucking Gang says, my understanding is ETFs are absorbing way more than the miners are producing. Yes, usually that's the case, but not if also. So you have to see there are 9 ETFs that are more absorbing more than miners are producing. That's correct, because miners are producing 900 Bitcoin per day, and the ETFs on average have absorbed 2,500, the 9 ones, right? 2,500 or even more per day. So that's like multiples per day. But the miner outflow is not what they are producing. The miner outflow is what they have been producing and stacking, and now they are selling it. So everything that they produced here in the green, which is a miner inflow, is now flowing out. So that miners, yesterday we looked at it, miners are combined sitting on 700,000 BTC. So they can sell off 100,000 BTC in a couple of days and heavily influence the price, and you would have way more BTC hitting the market than is coming in. And then also miners on the outflows, they can service OTC these ETFs, so they don't so the ETFs don't have to buy on the market. So you're right, the ETFs are outpacing what miners are combined producing, but miners still have reserves, and GBTC has still reserves to sell. So this is the reason why we're not at a point yet where just the ETF buying is left over. And then also, if ETF buying of the 9 other ETFs is slowing down, and GBTC is still selling $200 million worth of Bitcoin, then you have a little bit of a reddish day here for the ETF net inflow. Yeah, and someone speculates correctly, could have been the grayscale redemptions from Gemini, which I think it is. I think this is Gemini. I think there are a lot of companies that went bankrupt, like crypto exchanges, companies and so on, that they are now in a zone where they can sell their assets, refund the users, and basically shut down operation. And we have to go through this before the halving still. I think it's not dramatic. I think there's no problem with this at all. I think it's just a necessary consolidation. Then this is happening, and this has to do with a shitcoin named Fiat, right? So Nigeria blocks access to crypto exchanges in an effort to curb currency slide. Why are they blocking cryptocurrency exchanges? Because people don't want the paper money anymore, because it doesn't buy them anything. They printed it into oblivion. They have hyperinflation. And now, obviously, everyone that earns money is going to transform that on a crypto exchange into Bitcoin to get ahead of everyone else, ditching the currency and even probably settling business in Nigeria in Bitcoin. So let's say you buy the house from your neighbor because they need money. Probably the neighbor's like, okay, send me 0.1 Bitcoin or so. I don't know, right? So local consumers given only restricted access to markets like Binance and Coinbase. And even that apparently, we don't know if this is still on. And the reason for that is this. Bitcoin breaks new all-time highs in multiple countries. So, and Nigeria was just there. Did you see that? So here's Burundi, Egypt, Ghana, Japan, Laos, Lebanon, Malawi, Nigeria, Pakistan, Sierra Leone, Sudan, Turkey, Argentina, and so on. So crazy, because, oh, by the way, you can't see that. I said, did you see that? But you can't see that. There we go. Yeah, so here you see, this is, like, we're used to looking into Bitcoin against the US dollar or Bitcoin against the euro. That's what most people are looking for, or Canadian dollar or Australian whatever. But if you're looking in another currency, Bitcoin is already at all-time highs. So TA for them looks a little bit different. Yeah. And this will come in our currency as well. new all-time highs, right? Against the dollar, slower than against other currencies. But that's the reason why Nigeria doesn't want people to access exchanges anymore, where they do not have KYC and control and I don't know what. Wow, in 7 of them I went already. Oh, and G is a traveler. Now, funny thing is, while Nigeria is shutting down exchanges, Ethiopia is getting into the Bitcoin mining. Ethiopia being the first African country to start Bitcoin mining. So they're going to use their energy resources to run some Bitcoin miners, which is never a bad thing for the Bitcoin network. That is country adoption, guys. No joke. That's country adoption. Okay, a little bit more on alt. Let's talk about altcoins. So, because I'm talking about some of these altcoins, and I think these altcoins are good. Let's have some news updates here as well. Just a quick rundown. Metacade, for example, is an altcoin, small market cap still. I think, without giving financial advice, still something that I'm seeking to accumulate more. They've just formed a new partnership with some smaller games, and they're constantly building their ecosystem, so I think that is good. They're a platform that brings gamers and games together, so it's not a game in itself. I think this is overall a good project. What's the all-time high in euros? I think it's 64,000 in euros against dollar. It's like if you calculate from dollar down to euros, I mean. I think the euro was and is a little bit stronger. In between there was a parity, but this wasn't sustainable. Also Bumper. Bumper has launched a new homepage. So basically, they prepared their new appearance for the next bull run, which is good. If you hold some Bumper, then that is good. Much cleaner, more focused. So that is really good, because a lot of people, when they seek to invest, they check out the website, and if the website looks like trash, they don't buy the project. I also do that. But here's the biggest altcoin news, and I think this is a really cool one, and that is from Chiliz. I also hold Chiliz, so just so you know. PSG becomes the first, so Paris Saint-Germain becomes the first football club validator on Chiliz blockchain. So the French football giant Paris Saint-Germain has officially become a validator of the Chiliz blockchain. With this move, PSG also made history as the first football club to take on the role of a blockchain validator. Never happened before. This marks the first time a sports club has become validator on blockchain, representing a significant milestone in adoption and evolution of the Chiliz chain. It also underscores PSG commitment to the importance of Web3, showcasing their strategic investment in the future of digital products and experiences. This is so far important because football is a multi-billion-dollar business, and it shows the average user that Web3 is here to stay, and that blockchain technology is here to stay, and that these companies are building, and they have a lot of superstars that can promote this. So Chiliz is the go-to project for monetizing fan engagement with their favorite clubs. They have launched fan tokens for over 150 sports teams, not only in football but also in the NFL, Formula One, esports, basketball, even cricket, and so on. So they're really the sports go-to. I think I hold some Chiliz, not too much. I think it's a really good project. Or a really good business, I would say. So let's look at the market quickly. We're a little bit mixed. We have some, and I'll get myself and the chat out of the way for this. with some some runners still on the day. Woo up 14%. We have Flare 20%. But overall, it's a little bit mixed. And if you look on the week, it's also the same mixed picture with AGX and WLD just doubled in price. And the graph, which I talk about a lot also, with a 45% run up, Fed 55%, H-bar 30%, Render another 40%. So Render is just unstoppable. Crazy, crazy, crazy. And on the monthly, we're still largely green. So this is really a breather that is limited to the week, to the weekly. Look at Beam, 113%, at WLD almost 4x in a month. We've 65%, H-bar 60%, Vechain 75%. So we really have some movers here. Also in the top 200, let's see on the weekly, Jasmy 130%, a big mover. The rest is sub 100%. But this is only the beginning. We will see this left and right in almost every week that we have movers like this in the future. So let's see top 300. Where's Ecomi? Is Ecomi? I think Ecomi could be back in the top 200, to be honest, with that move that they made. Where is it? Where is Ecomi? Where is Ecomi? If you guys see Ecomi, let me know. If you guys see Ecomi, let me know. I don't see it, to be honest. I don't see it. Is it still in the 300? I have no idea. Yeah, I don't see it anymore. Okay. Oh, that was month and weekend, not 200, 300. Yeah, I don't see it just right now, but I think it should be back in the top 200, to be honest. Oh, there it is. I saw it. I found it. Here on the bottom right, 15% up on the week. Where in the corner? There you see it. There you see it. Yeah, but that's basically it. Let's look also. This is something interesting to look at. Let's look at market caps. Where's my camera? Okay. Shit. There you go. And we have to adjust the image a little bit, the frame a little bit on top of the camera. It should be moving together. There we go. Yeah, not really adjusted yet. There we go. Okay. Let's look at market caps a little bit, because since we grew, that also means that that we are having a little bit more like bigger market caps. So Solana, for example, is on a $45 billion market cap, and let's see what's necessary to get into the top 50. Still 1.5 billion to be in the top 50. So we see, for example, the graph is already at $2 billion market cap, but I think they could, like, it can still 10x or so. So I think everything that is below, everything that's below 5 billion still can do a 10x from here. A couple of coins have very bad tokenomics, like Atom, for example, that I don't think they will do a 10x. But everything like here, like the Vechain, from Vechain downwards, from Optimism downwards, maybe even BitTensor can do another 10x. But that would be also the maximum that I see. These things here with only one, they can do more, obviously. But I would say like most of these coins in the top 50 will be like 30 billion or 40 billion in the end. Let's see here. So the top 100, we have, look at that. So you only need like $600 million market cap to be in the top 100. And you have to see one thing, like for example, take Ecomi. Ecomi has like a $300 million market cap or 400. Look at Bonk, for example. Bonk has 700 million as a meme coin, right? So let's see what Ecomi has, just to check the market cap in relation here. Yeah, Omi has a $267 million market cap. So Ecomi can easily double, and it would still not be the market cap of Bonk. So yeah, I think and it's in the top 200 at 185. So you see the market entirely moved, but also Ecomi has to move up the ranks, right? So let's say Ecomi is a top 100 project, which when it's fully integrated it is, then it should be somewhere at right now with the market, it should be somewhere at close to $1 billion, not at 270 million. So that's super interesting to see the projects that are in here. And then obviously if you look like for something like Metacade, you see this is this here, Mcade. You see like it's okay, it doesn't have a market cap even on, but it has like couple of $1 million market cap on CoinMarketCap. Yeah, let's see quickly the altcoins. So by the way, the altcoins also, yesterday I talked in my video about the TSI on Bitcoin. The altcoins also have had in the end of the year their bullish cross, like beginning of this year, their bullish cross only, right? The last time that this happened was here at the breakout. So this run up went afterwards. So this is just another indicator that this is coming for altcoins, right? Energy says, hope we jump back into the top 10 NFT coins. Yeah, I hope so too. More visibility. By the way, guys, smash up the like button. We have 30 people in here, guys. Make sure to smash up the like button and help this channel to grow. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet to never miss out on the news. And we see here for the let's go into the daily even. For the altcoins, we see that we already peaked above this resistance area, but it was not sustainable. And also here for the altcoins, like we were a little bit in an overbought territory on the daily. So there is really the possibility to retrace on top of this here, right? To just have a retest and to form something like we don't know how long this can take. We can just have the next lift off in a second, but yeah, this resistance is very strong. Once it's broken, we're going to fly off. Could be sell-off, no one knows. Could be what do you mean? Like what could be a sell-off? Like even if there's a sell-off, that's buying opportunity in my opinion for the altcoins. At the moment, everyone was like, a couple of days ago, everyone was like, oh, if it dips, I buy it, right? We talked about this buying opportunity extensively on this channel when we were in this falling channel, that this is the dip to buy. If we get another one, it's a present from the universe, right? If we get another dip into this, it's a present, right? I don't think it will be much, right? I don't think it will be much of a sell-off here that we can appreciate before we fly off. But what I could imagine is that we see some sideways actions before we go, because we also did see that in the last bull run in the altcoins here. Actually, it was, yeah, we saw also this, right? This sell-off, and then it's not so much sideways, it's like slowly creeping up here, but we took our time to break the resistance, and once we did, we flew off, right? Moon mission. Okay. What else is interesting to look at? Let's get to Ecomi. Ecomi on Ecomi on the monthly chart. Yeah. I mean, it's not. Um, on the monthly, actually, I think it looks better than on the daily. No, but honestly, I'm not joking. I think Ecomi looks good. Let me refresh here. I think Ecomi looks good, right? Shit. Let me get back to the monthly. I just wanted to show you something, because you will hear this a lot when the bull market is on in full potential. It's like rounding bottoms. You will hear about rounding bottoms, something like this, right? And then everyone will be like, on the TA side, when we have more months like this, and we are in the end of the year at, I don't know, closer to 007, then we will hear like, oh, look at this gigantic rounding bottom, yeah, for Ecomi. No, I have to get rid of all of these little stripes. By the way, this is not my preferred chart. There we go. Okay, but obviously the monthly. By the way, the monthly is super. It's super funny because look at this monthly versus the other one. The other one didn't have data enough, so the RSI of that monthly was like in the middle. But this one has the full data, and look at the RSI. We were oversold since here on the monthly. So there is so much room for Ecomi to grow on the monthly. It's not even funny. And look at volume. But let's get into the weekly. What has changed? We talked about this yesterday. Yesterday we were green, now we are red. This is a very heavy resistance zone, and we are just getting rejected again. And when we get rejected, we get lower prices. Okay, so we got rejected again, but I think the closer we're coming to the halving, the more likely it is that we get big news again for Ecomi. So I think there's something bigger coming than only some beta invites for the Veveverse. I think there is somewhat of an announcement coming. I think whales kind of know that there's something coming. Look at this, green volume and buying and so on. And now a lot of traders are just taking profit in this range. But just from a feeling, if I look at this, I kind of like to see all of those rounding bottoms, right? And I kind of like to see this, like this constant going back to this resistance and this double bottom-y thing, right? And this takes time to play out, but I like to see it. Okay. Yeah. Another 1 month left till the bronze ticket release. So this is definitely going to happen. Yes, bronze ticket release. Then we have the Stargate, right? Are you ready to step through? Now the question is this Stargate, or does that mean because today or from yesterday to today they did open the access for everyone who got a Veveverse invite in the second round. So it could mean that this is just for the people for the beta access, right? What do you think, guys? Or do we get Stargate here for Veve? That's the big question, right? It could be both. It could be both. What else? Rabbits. There is a giveaway if you use this dragon rabbit at the Ubisoft Web3 Discord. We have another Uncle Scrooge comic. I'm not going for those, but I like the stories, so maybe secondary market. Mr. Hyde, first appearance of Mr. Hyde. Actually, this is kind of interesting comic in my opinion. I think it's maybe could be something good to go for me. It depends on the price. Like if it's a 20 gem comic, I'm probably not going for it. This one yesterday, this was interesting. So this dropped yesterday and it has, so we can learn something from that drop. It has Miles Morales on the cover and is relatively scarce. It's doing well. In the real world, this comic is worth like $50 maximum. Yet, and by the way, it has Spider Pig on the cover of the rare. But this one actually didn't go, besides the common and the uncommon, nothing's under retail, and it's not far under retail. So this one actually, we can learn. If there's Miles Morales on the cover, we can technically go for it. It's worth more. Mark D says, I don't see why Wilder World would be commenting on the gate if it had nothing to do with them. Yeah, that is interesting. I saw Veve Meister posting that before. Actually, here's the gate post, right? Wilder World. So here we are. Portals to new worlds await. Now, there's a reason why they could comment on this if they have nothing to do with it, and that is trying to farm another community. Now I must watch this movie. What are we getting the Stargate? So I think you're right, Mark D, and I think many people don't make the connection here. But Wilder World was a big deal in the last bull run when they came up, and they have 130,000 followers. So what the heck? Like what the heck are they doing with Wilder World, right? So we see here, for example, I don't know, maybe is Wilder World building with Cavernous or so? I don't know. That's actually a good point. Aside from procedural, we also have many manual made buildings. Okay. So this is apparently what it looks like, and looks pretty good and smooth and so on. Imagine it's a portal from Veve to Disney. Even if it would be a portal from Veve to Wilder World, it would be crazy. Avatar development progress. Well, I didn't look too much to them, but I mean, let's stay conservative. The most likely scenario is that they are just community farming. The second likely scenario is, I don't know. It's actually interesting. Let's like this. Let's give it a like. Oh, 130 likes. Okay, this also. Yeah, I have no answer to that, to be honest. But it's an interesting speculation. Why the fuck did Wilder World comment here? Why the heck? Because now everyone goes here and follows. Maybe that's the reason. I don't know. But yeah, Veve gets a lot of engagement, has a super strong community. You want to tap into that whenever you can as another project. So that could be the only reason. But we will have to wait and see. So I know that this somehow must come along with a big announcement next week, or this week, or on the weekend. Like, there must be something. I'm looking forward to the day when all comes together and we don't have to speculate. That will be the day when prices are going high, like really high. Green Lantern is here. Hey, what's going on, Knut? What's going on? Just wanted to drop by and say good morning. We'll watch the video later. Hit the like button Freaky Friday. Yeah, it's a freaking Friday, guys. Hit the like button. Smash the like button. Destroy the like button. Have a nice weekend. Right now, Rare Hodlers. Yeah. Thank you very much for stopping by. Really appreciate that. And have fun watching it later. Yeah. Smash the like button for Fridays. Definitely. Okay. Drop calendar. We have still, so Spider-Verse, actually that's, let's see if he has an updated version. No. So Spider-Verse was yesterday. We have Blade coming up in 2 days. Blade collectible. Maybe NFT interoperability, says Mr. Planet Profit, or games. This is a good one. This is a good one. Remember that they said that they want to go harder into the gaming vertical? That could be it. So Blade, I think it's a big one. I am really curious to see if Blade sells out. Robocop 3 on the 25th, also interesting. The jetpack, who knows? Maybe you need it for the metaverse. And then another comic like The Journey into Mystery, and this one I will be definitely going for it. On the 27th. I don't know what the scarcity is, but I don't care. Because I'm a Journey into Mystery fan, right? So, sorry for yawning there. I'm a Journey into Mystery fan. So, that's definitely something I'm gonna go for. So we have a little bit of, like a couple of minutes. Let's use them to look at Stacker. Let's get a little bit a view on the market and what's going on. So Partner Statue coming in at 2.8k, so has retraced a little bit. Couple of grades have retraced a little bit. Spider-Man 5000, Todd came back from 800 to 720. That's all good and fine. Yeah, so is there any bigger grails affordable at the moment? So let's see the low min transactions or the significant ones. So people are buying stuff, like a lot of, like they are buying secret rare comics now, and I hate it because I thought I have more time, but the fucking thing is running away from me. It's not even a joke. Like Journey into Mystery, for example, it was 750 and I didn't have the money. Someone donated a ton to me, like $100, and was like, "Hey, for your endeavor of getting the Journey comic, right?" Now it's sitting at 1.7k. This, like, it sits 1,000 above what I need. Yeah, what I should have. So some people bought the hell out of the secret rare comic. That's not a joke. So then I was like, okay, maybe I go with Avengers 1 secret rare. This was 450 when I looked at it, and I was like, hey, maybe I'll go with this. And then it just jumps up 125 gems. Fuck. Okay. But overall, Stacker is good to check what else can we buy. Like if I say let's go to comics, and then we go to secret rares, and then we go to floor price and sort it. Okay. There are, so you remember when I bought secret rares for 25 or one or two? These times are over. Now the floor of even a Tarzan is like close to 30. We can still get secret rares with 600 editions in the 30 range. But that's about it. Like you only get the bad ones now. This one is cool. Spider-Woman maybe, okay. But let's, for example, go by quantity, like the scarce editions. Look at this, 125 editions, all of them, right? So it's like $700, $360, $355, $333, $290, $255. so you don't really get scarce ones. Here are a couple of like Fantastic Four Annual, 99, Peter Parker, I have that one, 91, maybe I can get another one. The Daredevil one is at 82. Um, this Avenger Secret Rare is at 62, 63. But that's about it. And then I don't know why this yeah, that's the last one, and then it goes in higher scarcity already. Mark D says, yeah, I saw that Journey SR go up and away. I thought of you and felt bad. Thank you very much. But maybe it comes back, or I don't know, maybe I'll find another one to buy. Energy says, I use NFT tracker for such things. Yeah, I like Stacker. I'm continuing to use Stacker. Mr. Planet Profit says, oh man, every time try to buy something, it goes up. Yep, that's true. Mr. Planet Profit says, I see MCP points more valuable than gems. Potentially, maybe not 1-to-1, because otherwise I'm like on the way to being a millionaire. But they are very valuable, and people don't realize that yet. So there are a lot of people that are throwing out MCPs right now for nothing, and I think that's scary. And it says I'm at 80, maybe I buy some more. 80 secret rares, that's crazy. Yeah, but maybe we want to get to the 100 range, right? Trucking Guy says, I was able to get my average down to 00189, can't wait. Oh yeah, now you have almost exactly my average. Mr. Planet Profit says, because I would rather 5k MCP than 10 gem comic. I would rather get MCP than gems. Yeah, and this is something if you go in general to like any type of collectible and any rarity, and then you go for floor prices, and you go, it would be good if we could do a non-zero. Then you see, for example, there are $1 comics at the moment, like Unbeatable Squirrel Girl, for example, is at $1. Marauders and so on. So there are comics that are very, very cheap. There are collectibles that are very low in price, but there's like a lot of sub 2 gem common comics to just build a common collection for cheap money that gains a lot of points. Actually, I have to go through them and see which ones I don't have. But this is one way. Another way is vvsetlist.com, and then go for MCP per. Let's clear this out. Like, let's do no rarity. Okay, so yeah, so here you have 299 because these ones are recent drops. Let's see. Yeah, you have $2.99, almost $3 now per MCP. If you go to collectibles, it's cheaper to buy stamps if you don't have them for MCP, but on the other hand, you also have to see that like most of them are not going to go up much in value. So that's definitely happening. So, but we can see here, for example, you get for 130, like if you have Lunar Year Dragon, if you don't have it, Holiday Elves, 2024 Year of the Dragon, and so on. These are all cheaper MCPs than buying comics at the moment. But the comics have a higher value proposition, especially the rares and the ultra rares. Good for you guys. Mine is 0086. Yeah, way to go. 10x to break even. Shit. Energy says my average is somewhere 00094, which is really good. Really good entry. Trucking Inc., thank goodness for the bear market. Absolutely. DZ says, oh man, I have large capital stuck with the token. Couldn't afford to risk more money. Yeah, and this is not the way. I mean, in the end, it's like if you can have other opportunities, it doesn't have to be the same coin to lower the average. That's just a psychological thing, because if you can lower the average by half and it goes back to your average, then you only doubled your entire money. But if you could just instead like go back to your initial money, okay, book that as a zero, like as opportunity costs, and but with another coin you take another chunk of your money and do a 10x or 20x, you're still good, right? You're still, I mean, this is part of the game. Some of our investments will not make the returns that other investments do, just because we didn't evaluate it correctly. Or like, for example, I put a couple of $100 in Terra Luna in the last cycle and it went to zero. So I have to book that as a loss, right? This like worth 2 cents now. So I have to book that as a loss and say, okay, shit happens, right? But on the other hand, I have things like Render where I'm already up 13x on my investment. And I already took out my initial investment plus 100% profit, so that even if Render collapses, I'm still good, right? So yeah, DCA always wins. True. When do you think NFT trend will come into play? Does it come after altcoin season, and how long you think it will last? I think, yeah, that's a very good question, and I made a video about this. Let me go full cam 1 second. Let me show you which one. Let me show you which one. Okay. So there we go. So if you go to my channel, so first of all, you should watch this video, my latest video, because it explains more or less when I expect the top. And then you should watch this one with the one if altcoins will 100x. Yeah, that's the one, because in this video I explain the flow, and also with data of Google Trends and so on, when exactly the NFT season is coming after the altcoin season. So you should really watch this. Will altcoins 100x in 2024? If I go into this, here you see it, right? So you see here the phase 1 Bitcoin, phase 2 Ethereum, phase 3 large cap, phase 4 alt season, and then phase 5 is NFT season. So yes, it will come after alt season, and as you can see here, I am comparing the Bitcoin and altcoins timing wise when retail is entering it, and you can even hold NFT against it. And you see already here, just as a quick one, but watch the video please, you can see how the NFT season is coming in way later than the altcoin season, right? Yeah. So yeah, that's basically it. But yeah, so Big Bird Rare FA getting disrespected at 12 gems drop was 40. I have 135 of them and counting. Do you think Omi will be listed on tier 1 CX anytime soon? I think after the halving, when prices go up. Wait for 2 cent Omi, all will be fine. Yep. I watched all your videos. Nice, thanks, that's good. 9 to 13, great. DZ says, I invested in 2021. It's been a long time, not sure we'll jump that high without any catalyst. Catalysts are coming, yeah, that's true. I think catalysts are coming. We will see how fast they come, but also you have to see, like, the NFT narrative is the last one to go. So Ecomi has, from all of the altcoins, Ecomi has the most time to put catalysts and news in place. There's no reason to rush it before the halving. What would be good would be like a medium-sized exchange like BitGet or so. If it really comes, it would be great. What would be good is some more utility for Omi, linking it to Veve, and then heavily pushing out like massive Veve drops. And when the Ecomi price goes up, that more people will find Veve and therefore have to buy more Omi to leverage it in Veve. Stuff like that would be really, really important in my opinion. So the Omi price, every time the Omi price goes up, more people will find Veve, and that's ultimately good for Ecomi and Veve and for us. I think that is really good. Alan Thompson says, off to work, thanks PH. Thank you, Alan, and also that goes for me. We are more than an hour into this already, so thank you very much, everyone, for stopping by today. Smash up the like button once more. Really important that you smash the like button for this stream. And yeah, thank you for the nice discussions, the awesome questions. Make sure to check out my latest video if you haven't yet. I think it will give you value. And guys, wherever you are on the world, have this great morning, evening, day, night, or afternoon. And I catch you in the next video